Hi all, I'm Amit Mishra, co-founder and CEO of iMocha.
I have interviewed more than 300 founders till date, and let me tell you this, real life rags to riches stories are extremely rare. Most founders come from reasonably good education background, middle class families with parents who really had a focus on helping them to move up in life. And this is what makes Amit's story really special. Amit literally was raised in a slum. He never wore shoes until finishing his graduation. And today, Amit's business, iMocha, is a global SaaS company. They are on track to hit $10 million of ARR by the end of the year. And they raised about $15 million in their last fundraise. And most of their revenue comes from outside India. This phenomenal achievement was on the back of an extremely high amount of learning orientation and risk-taking ability that Amit developed. And in this conversation, he talks about that continuous journey of challenging status quo and moving up the value chain. He talks about skills, the future of skills, and how iMocha is disrupting the skills space by really being a partner for companies to help them be future ready in terms of their workforce. You're listening to the Founder Thesis podcast, and I'm your host, Akshay Dutt.
Basically, I born and brought up in slums. My family is well educated. My father is a journalist. Mother was a teacher. But because he opted to spend his life for the upliftment of these people, so we used to stay in a locality which is almost 7,000 people. And I would say, like, we are the only family who speaks English there. And I might be the only first engineer there. Like second, apart from my brother. Like, students didn't used to come to school then because slum people typically goes to work at their childhood. And according to their caste, they do work. So there are around 10, 12 castes of all different sorts. And my family never stopped me from mingling with them. So I born and brought up with them. And so I wore my shoes only after my engineering. I never wear any shoes in my life before my engineering. It was all slippers. And though my family is well educated, my father is a journalist, my mother was a teacher, but my elder brother forced me to take computer engineering from the day one because it was a local government college. It's a very reputed one, but I belong to the slums there. So everybody never took bragging of me and that time and all. So everybody from the day one was frightened that a person from Belpura has come. Don't get wrong with him. It was a very notorious area. And I was the only one. Even in 11th and 12th, after 10th getting great percentage, in 11th and 12th, I went to the number one college of Amravati. Okay. And one of the teacher just asked, we were three guys who reached there from our school. The teacher asked there, भाई कोई न्यूयॉर्क कोई बेलपुरा से आया है क्या? तो we three stood up and he on the first day said, भाई इनसे बच के रहना, बाकी सब तो अच्छे लोग हैं.
And then after you finished your engineering, did you opt for campus placement? Like उसके बाद क्या किया आपने?
So when I passed out in 2000, I got a placement at a very small company in Pune.
This was a software company in Pune.
So, yeah, in a software company in Pune.
And what were you doing? Like coding, basically, like front end, back end, what?
So that time, the technology name was Lotus Domino. It's IBM technology, middleware. And I used to code when I started my career. And then quickly after working there, I got a chance as the first person to fly to Japan from that company. So I was in Tokyo for 6 months. It was the first on-site experience in that company. And luckily in 8 months, I was able to prove I'm better than, my worth then. I got to Japan, came back, handled a small team, and then quickly moved to IBM Software Lab.
IBM was in Pune only?
IBM was in Pune, okay. And I was into IBM Software Lab, not in services, the product division of IBM, okay. And got there. I was not fascinated with IBM. It was only salary that excited me. It was almost 2.5 times. Yeah, that was the motivation. Went to IBM. And again, I liked IBM very much because work from home was there. Then also, I was a team lead there. बोल बच्चन बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में बोल बच्चन is the person who talks and get his things done from any. There is a movie even from Abhishek Bachchan and Ajay Devgan. Good convincing power and chalta punja. So IBM appreciated and wanted me to shift to Austin, where we had like the lab. But I was very reluctant to shift to any foreign country. So IBM छोड़ दिया क्योंकि मैं बोला नहीं foreign नहीं जाऊंगा. And then I joined a small street at HSBC Technical Division, GFT. I asked them, I won't shift to any foreign country. Okay. They said yes. and I got a customer, HSBC from Geneva. It's a local internal customer. Again, looking at my talkative and attitude, they wanted me to ship to Geneva. Okay, so I left HSBC because they didn't. They wanted to put me shoes. Then they wanted to come at 9 o'clock. Otherwise, 3 days late, half day cut and all. And I never wanted to follow all those rules. And third thing was they wanted to ship me with Geneva. That was unacceptable at that time. And that time I was about to get married. It's a love marriage. तो मैं बोला उसके बाद छोड़ता हूँ तो सबको लगेगा चीटिंग है. वो भी 2 states है. She is from Varanasi. I'm from Maharashtra. Okay. Her father was in Air Force. They are settled in Jodhpur. मैं बोला बाद में चीट करने से अच्छा सारे प्रॉब्लम एक साथ ही ले लेते. शादी करने के पहले छोड़ दिया. Without thinking what to do next, and started my first company, which was IT services then.
How did you get customers for it? Were you looking at domestic customers, foreign customers, and मतलब उसको launch कैसे किया?
Exactly. IBM का trainer बन गया, authorized trainer. Okay. And I used to conduct training myself. Okay. और पहले साल जितना सैलरी में कमाता था उतना ही कमा लिया. ठीक है. But then real
training का like corporates में, like IBM middleware technology की training.
Only Lotus Notes Domino.
Lotus Notes Domino क्या है? Just help me understand like something which would be comparable in today's world.
Outlook is one.
Okay.
SharePoint is second. Microsoft SharePoint is second.
Okay. ठीक है. Got it.
फिर 1 साल तक किया. फिर मैं बोला नहीं, शादी हो गई थी मेरी. Okay. मैं बोला नहीं यार, I am here to create a company. Okay. And then realized कि I will create jobs. That was what I wanted. Then got my first customer. Just training लेता था, इधर उधर बातें करता था. With something or other, customer आते थे, like very local customer. And then got a German company which is local in Pune, a Swedish company which is local manufacturing. Got their project, a small project, Pune ka. And why did I get it? Was because I was sound with Lotus Domino. And Lotus Domino is a very, I would say, niche scale. Hardly you will find companies working on it. Apart from IBM and Biggies, then सोचा कि कुछ तो करते हैं. फिर US का B1 visa डाला. He asked me the same question. Hey man, you left your job and starting company. How did you get first project? तो वीजा का इंटरव्यू का क्वेश्चन था मेरा. तो मैं बोला यार, I am about to getting married and I have no option but to get a project. I don't know how I got it, but I got it. And visa was stamped. And
US का visa क्यों डाला? Like to just go and meet customers, to find customers? But like
इंडिया के कस्टमर थे, किसी ने बोला ये बिजनेस यूएस से करना चाहिए. यूएस का वीजा डाल दिया. See, उतना प्लान नहीं था. अच्छे वे ने स्टार्टेड था. उतना प्लान नहीं था. विजन ये था कि कंपनी बनाएंगे, लोगों को जॉब देंगे, बढ़ेंगे. एंड वाइफ इज आल्सो लाइक मी. एंड हमको अंदाजा था मैं कि अभी भी दोस्त लोग आमिर खान एंड सलमान खान बोलते हैं, यानी मैं फेंकता हूँ तो वो और फेंकती है. ठीक है. And this is the way it goes on. So got a excellent life partner. Sujit is my business partner from the day one. Excellent friend and business partner, and he continues now also as a co-founder. ठीक है. तो I was enjoying journey. ठीक है. I was not sure about the destination, but अच्छा ये हुआ 5 साल में our employee ID grew to 450 people. So it is not 450 people company. 80 people company, but लोग छोड़ते थे, बैचेस लेते थे. तो ये अच्छा लगा कि 400 लोगों को जॉब दिया 5 साल में. ठीक है. ठीक है. Grew to a couple of million. जब $40 का होता था. Okay. 40-45 का.
And you were essentially focused on Lotus Notes Domino only.
Lotus Notes Domino and later part of that business, Lotus Notes Domino to Microsoft SharePoint migration.
क्योंकि तब तक वो Microsoft ज्यादा वो पॉपुलर हो रहा होगा.
हाँ. एंड इंडिया से मिडल ईस्ट के कस्टमर मिले. एक हाथ दूसरा ऑनलाइन यूएस का कस्टमर मिला. एंड 5 साल बिजनेस रन किया इन दिस फील्ड. लेकिन somehow I was from IBM सॉफ्टवेयर लैब्स. अब प्रोडक्ट का कीड़ा था. ठीक है. तो सर्विसेज में क्या होता था, आफ्टर एवरी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन द इक्विटी यूज्ड टू गो विद द कस्टमर एंड व्हाट रिमेन्स इज केस स्टडी ओनली. ओके. सो आई थॉट यार नहीं है, कुछ तो गलत कर रहे हैं. कुछ हमने अपने लिए क्रिएट करना चाहिए, देश के लिए क्रिएट करना चाहिए. तो सारा कस्टमर के लिए क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. तो दूसरे साल से ही फिर स्टार्टेड क्रिएटिंग अ प्रोडक्ट. 5 साल में 5 प्रोडक्ट ट्राई किए. whatever we used to earn from services used to deploy it in Sujit was joined then. Used to deploy in product, but product सिर्फ बनाते थे, बेचते कभी नहीं थे. Okay. Then realize कि moonlighter doesn't work if you want to really make. So moon के साथ अमावस्या को बिल्कुल नहीं निकलता है, कभी छोटा कभी बड़ा. It doesn't work. It is not sufficient for crops. Yeah, it should be a sun. which starts a day at 7 o'clock and sets up at 7 o'clock. Then by that time ठीक ठाक कर रहे थे. Then सोचे कि कुछ खोलते हैं, कंपनी खोलते हैं. ख्याल में नहीं था, but just started and merged this company with another company. Okay.
Like you got acquired जो आपने कंपनी ओरिजिनली खोली थी. Okay.
पर से बोलूँगा बहुत अच्छा एक्विजिशन था, नहीं था मालूम नहीं, बट वी गॉट अ ग्रेट टीम लेटर है जिनके साथ हमने काम किया. ही इज अ वेरी गुड गाय, द सीईओ. एंड फिर हमने एग्जिट में रहे.
आपको वो न्यू एंटिटी में इक्विटी मिली या वाज इट लाइक कैश बाय आउट? लाइक
मैंने कैश ऑप्ट किया था क्योंकि द रीजन वाज आई वांटेड टू क्रिएट अ प्रोडक्ट कंपनी. ठीक है. फिर सुजीत और मैं 2013 में 12 में 13 में ऐसे बैठे थे एक कैफे में एंड वाज थिंकिंग, कैफे कॉफी डे में बैठे थे यहाँ लोकल, एंड वाज थिंकिंग अबाउट सॉल्विंग अ इंटरव्यू प्रॉब्लम. एंड तो इंटरव्यू मोका नाम रख दिए. आई डिडंट थॉट ऑफ व्हाट टू डू एंड ऑल, बट ठीक है इंटरव्यू का प्रॉब्लम. तब डोमेन ऐसे लोग बुक कर देते थे ना, तो डोमेन बुक कर दिया इंटरव्यू मोका नाम का.
बट आपने इंटरव्यू प्रॉब्लम क्यों आइडेंटिफाई करी? मतलब डिड यू रिलेट विद दैट प्रॉब्लम इन सम वे?
So now the problems are far different. But when we were thinking about it, what used to happen when we used to run our own company, a lot of hiring manager interviewers used to complain that the person who was there for interview, they spent half an hour, 1 hour with them, offered him a coffee, he waited, all scheduling was done, and he was not having a basic knowledge of what is supposed to be known. And then when we tried digging out this, we realized that a recruiter judges a person on the basis of resume, and candidates are very lavish in writing resumes. If they have even attended a training of something, they make sure that it is a part of their resume. And the poor chap recruiter judges that candidate on resume and forward it further. And there are a lot of smart candidates who make resume according to your job description. Okay. So a lot of time used to go in vain for interviewers. When they should do delivery and project, they should talk all irrelevant candidates. Okay. And we thought if this, and what happened in India, mein, when you have asked somebody to come, Indian culture forces you to ask for a coffee. 5 मिनट में आपको ये नहीं बोलते थे यू आर नॉट द राइट गाय, गो बैक. ठीक है. और आप 1 घंटा बात करते हो, फिर फेल करने के लिए भी 1 घंटा, क्योंकि आपको लगता है और चांस दो और चांस दो. ठीक है. उसको बुरा नहीं लगना चाहिए. ठीक है. बिजनेस को बुरा लगा तो चलता है, प्रोजेक्ट अफेक्ट हुआ तो चलता है, राइट. दिस इज द इंडियन कल्चर. तो सोचा ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते हैं इंटरव्यू सॉल्यूशन से, जिसमें हम 1 मिनट के इंटरव्यू 5 क्वेश्चन रिकॉर्ड करेंगे एंड बिफोर गेटिंग अ पर्सन ऑन इंटरव्यू पता से वो 5 क्वेश्चन देख के डिसाइड करेगा, बेसिक रहेंगे, वेदर टू टॉक टू हिम आल्सो. सो दिस वाज
मतलब वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग होगी.
यस, असिंक्रोनस वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग. तो ये सोच के हमने आइडिया दिया. चालू हम लोग कुछ नहीं किया. फिर मूनलाइट से सनलाइट बन गया. 2 साल एग्जिट कर दिया. और फिर क्या था, कॉन्टैक्ट से थोड़े तो इधर उधर प्रोजेक्ट दे देते थे, उसका जो कट मिलता था उसमें घर चल जाता था. ठीक है. सर्विसेज का पहले
मतलब यू वर गेटिंग कस्टमर्स एंड देन शेयरिंग दैट वर्क विद सम आगे, मतलब सब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. हाँ, सब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करके.
नहीं सब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी नहीं, छोड़ दिया था और सब कनेक्शन देता था, कनेक्शन के पैसे लेता.
ओके. हाँ.
देन इंटरव्यू का सॉल्यूशन भी बनाया नहीं हमने, कोई डिफ्यूज आईपी यूज करके ट्राई किया. और ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 ईयर वी वर स्ट्रगलिंग कि करना क्या है, क्यों करना है. और फिर लेकिन एक अच्छी बात हुई हमारे साथ. ठीक है. हमने 1-2 टेकीज ले लिए साथ में. अभी वो टेकीज हमारे साथ अभी भी है. एक टेकी और एक क्वालिटी बंदा ले लिए. उनके हिसाब 2 मिलियनर बनते अभी दिस राउंड. And those 2 people, 2-3 people, और उनकी सैलरी तो 5,000 हुआ करती थी हम जो देते थे. ठीक है. Now they are industry best guys, I would say. So happy about them. So good thing happened was I heard of an accelerator, startup accelerator by Reliance in Mumbai. Okay, that is called as Gen Next. Now it is called as GeoGen Next, and it was their first batch, and it was powered by Microsoft Accelerator. So the premise and infrastructure was by Reliance, and the guys who will run it from Microsoft. It was a product accelerator. Okay, so thought of trying our luck and went there, and it was some 200, 300, 400 companies who applied. Somehow we got through, and we were into first 11, and we enrolled into that 4 months resident Mumbai startup program. कभी-कभी पुणे से भी जाता था. पुणे मुंबई hardly a distance. Those 4 months में first day though I was of good attitude and all, but I met a gentleman who was a CEO of Microsoft Accelerator, then Ravi Narayan. Okay? He then helped the government of Telangana and all into ecosystem and entrepreneur. And he, on the very first day, he told us something which I didn't understood fully then, but started practicing, still practice daily. And he shared a mantra that as an entrepreneur, daily you will have two things, ego or spirit. And he said, whatever stops you from doing right thing is your ego. Whatever encourages you to do right thing is your spirit. If you understood something should be implemented, but on the weekend you forgot it, you never documented it. So your lethargy, your procrastination is your ego. If you write it on Monday morning, you took it, your initiative taking ability is your head. So he said, do it daily. Be a better person daily. Let your ego die daily. Let your spirits die daily, and you will be a better individual. And in those 4 months, like unlearning IT services and learning with SaaS started. And यानी बहुत सारे हमारे biases रहते हैं when you do something. तो हमारे so मैं बहुत बार analogy देता हूँ. Like services business was like washing dishes. With all the respect to services industry, okay, this is what India needed that time. And product industry is like creating a Vim. And washing dishes and creating Vim is altogether different mentality, different mindset. And 10 रुपए की टिकिया बेचने के लिए एक फैक्ट्री, एक फॉर्मूला, एक जमीन, उस पैकेजिंग, एडवर्टाइजिंग, सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट करना पड़ता, तब 10 रुपए में से और बर्तन धोने के 500,000 रुपए ऐसे मिल जाते, केस स्टडी दिखाओ आपके सोसाइटी में और किसी का दो रहे हैं. सो those 4 months were instrumental in doing unlearning IT service and learning SaaS. And there where I met my SaaS guru, who is Prasanna Krishnamurthy from Opeka. So he was a CTO in resident from Microsoft side. So I really jet with him. He's our investor even now. And really jet well with him. And समझने लगा कि प्रोडक्ट कैसे सोचते हैं, क्या होता है. And luckily that time 2015 में SaaS Bhumi, जो भी SaaS Bhumi बोलते हैं, उसका नाम SaaS था. They started. So their day one was our day one in 2015.
What is this SaaS booming? SaaS मतलब क्या है ये?
SaaS Bhumi is the biggest event in Asia for SaaS entrepreneurs to help each other. Headquartered in Chennai. Like started with Girish, Krish and others, Axel partners and others.
It's like a networking event basically. जैसे startup events होते हैं.
Networking नहीं हो. It's a मैं बोलूँगा SaaS MBA. But big from the batch one in GenNext and batch one of SaaS Bhumi. ठीक है? Early founders, Girish from Freshworks and all, they were ahead. तो थोड़े से लर्निंग मिल जाते तो उसको बहुत फायदा हो जाता. That's how we started. 4 महीने में transformation was started and SaaS Bhumi was there. Got into SaaS Bhumi. So SaaS Bhumi is only a day event in a year. But I was able to make connection for everything later on. तो वो चालू था. And luckily on a road trip of 3 hours, somehow through common friend, and I went there for my wife's business, something related to. I met a German gentleman, Wolfgang, in 2015 in March. And so we were 2 couples, me, my friend, his wife, my wife, and he. So पहले तो हमने अंताक्षरी खेले थोड़ी देर. He was a German guy though, English, Hindi, Marathi combined. It was a 3 hours journey. 2 घंटे बाद ladies सो गए. So that German gentleman casually asked me, what do you do? I met him for the first time then. So thereafter 1.5 hour drive, I talked to him about what I am trying to do, how I'm trying to do and all. And when I landed back, he said, I'll come to your office and we'll write a check tomorrow as an angel investor.
And at this time, like Interview Mocha as a product was live, you were still in development phase.
Our total sale for 4 months was 40,000.
अच्छा, okay. मतलब product live कर दिया था आपने. And this was this asynchronous video interview product only.
एसिंक्रोनस थे और बाकी पूना में जा के मेरे बाइक पे 13 कस्टमर को लाए थे, 5,000 रुपए देते थे कॉटन.
ओके, ठीक है. द बेसिक वाज कि यू विल सेव टाइम. बंदे को ऑफिस बुलाने की जरूरत नहीं है, उसको लिंक भेजो, वो घर पे बैठ के वीडियो इंटरव्यू दे देगा, फिर जो सही लग रहा है सिर्फ उसी को बुलाओ ऑफिस.
ये सॉल्यूशन है. एंड ही रोट अ चेक एट $1 million valuation, a small check. अच्छा हो गया, like he is multi-millionaire man with us, and he put a small sum, very small sum. मैं भी सैलरी हार्डली कुछ लेता था, हमको पैसा मिला. फिर लेकिन बाकी सब काम धंधे छोड़ दिए मार्च 2015 से.
And this was 2015 when you got this check.
हाँ, तो we started in March 2015 like properly. ठीक है, यानी I come full time as the first person, but then we learned quickly. Freshworks का जो ग्रीन कलर था वही कलर का लोगो बना डाले. ठीक है, ब्लॉग लिखना शुरू किया, कोरा लिखना शुरू किया. And then in 2.5 years, first 2.5 years, we reached 15K हमारा
$15,000 rupees. What?
डॉलर। मैं जो भी बात करूंगा डॉलर में बात करूंगा। सिर्फ एक्सपेंसेस मेरे को रुपीज में ख्याल में आते हैं। आई थिंक ओनली इन जस्ट
अच्छा, okay, ठीक है. And this was Indian customers या global?
नहीं नहीं, तो बताता हूँ ना, लाइक कस्टमर फ्रॉम 60+ कंट्रीज। तो फिर हमने ब्लॉग लिखना शुरू किया, वेबसाइट बनाई, 4-5 लोगों की टीम थी हमारी, एंड $49, $299, $499 मंथ वॉज प्लान। $499 मंथ में तो बिक जाते थे हम, सब कुछ ले लो, सब कुछ ले लो सब। अभी आई हैव कपल ऑफ कस्टमर हु हैज पेड मी $500,000 एंड अबव। तब $5,000 पे सब कुछ दे देता था साल भर का। तो वी स्टार्टेड इट 2.5 years, got customer, but somehow my pursuit personally, mine bad too. Thinking was कि SaaS मस्त ऑफिस में बैठ के ऑनलाइन करो। सब फ्रेशर्स को देखा था, सब ऑनलाइन होता था चेन्नई से, कोई मिलना नहीं पड़ता कस्टमर से, आराम से करो, बात भी नहीं करनी पड़ती। तो हम हमारे पास स्काइप भी नहीं रखते, चैट पे ही बात करते थे और मेल पे, एंड a few hundred customers paying us $49, churning, never used to track a lot of metrics and all, but 15 के हमारा 10 लाख रुपए हो जाता है, राइट? 5-6 लाख रुपए खर्चा तो 10 लाख कमा रहे थे, गुड चल रहा है, ठीक चल रहा है, ओके। एंड then in one of the SaaS booming, I narrated this story to a person who was at almost $10 million ARR. Then I said, we have 15K MRR with customer from 60 countries and few hundred customers. So he frankly asked me, are you feeling shameful about it, or are you feeling proud about it, that you have 50K MRR only and that from 60 countries? Can't you focus on 1-2 countries where majority of your revenue come from fund to Zenbit? And yes, I thought, yes, चलो अभी जो जेनिक्स ने अब तक सिखाया था, that is over. We need to learn something more now. And then again, Genix में we were the first batch. SaaS Boomi में we were amongst the first attendants. And thereafter, Prasanna opted to leave Microsoft Accelerator and started his own accelerator, UPEKA. मैं बोला चलो फिर से लेट्स गेट इनटू प्रसन्ना अगेन, फर्स्ट कंपनी देयर। प्रसन्ना का हमेशा से गिनी पिग हमें रहते, ओके। एंड तो व्हेन वी गॉट इनटू UPEKA, तो पहले 2.5 years में 15 के हमारा 600 customers, 60 countries. Then UPEKA joined किए बाद, and a variety of sources then, okay. By that time that ego and spirit was faster than ever. Learning was very fast. What's happening. ठीक है. They decide upon 5 formula given by Shekhar from Excel. Okay, the profound, I would say, investor in India. In one of his talk, I heard that if you would like to create a big company, you should run it to 5 parameters: big market, differentiated category, frequency of usage should be daily, weekly, max weekly, daily, secondly, hourly, minutely, fine. It should have the user duration should be 3 or 5 years the least, and should support expansion potential. So apply these 5 parameters to whatever customers we had that time, and then understood that we are a solution primarily for medium segment and enterprises, and less for SOHO, VSB and SMB customer.
Soho is what? A small office, home office.
Right. So फिर next 2.5 years में from 15K हमारा to 83K हमारा, with less SOHO, less VSB, few SMBs, and a couple of enterprises and few medium segment companies. And I would say not couple of enterprises, almost 10 enterprises, paying small some though, and reached $1 million in ARR.
And isme, how did you change the customer profile? Did you like start doing online marketing to target them, or did you do sales calls? मतलब वो customer profile कैसे change करी आपने?
तो कस्टमर प्रोफाइल में चेंज किया। वी वर स्टिल एन इनबाउंड फर्स्ट फोकस कंपनी, जहाँ से एसईओ से कस्टमर आते थे। कस्टमर हमारे पास फॉर्चुनेटली सब टाइप के आते थे, वी नेवर यूज्ड टू बकेट देम, ठीक है। तो मेरे पास जब मैं कस्टमर छोड़ा एसएमबी और बहुत सारे, तब ऑलरेडी एंटरप्राइजेस थे। आई नेवर यूज्ड टू वेयर दैट स्पेक्स ऑफ एंटरप्राइजेस एंड लुक एट देम, बट बाय दैट टाइम वी अंडरस्टूड वी नीड टू डू दैट। फिर हमने जूम खरीद लिया, वीडियो कॉल्स करने लग गए, कस्टमर से बात करने लग गए, कॉल पे जाने लग गए। सुजीत जो मेरा को फाउंडर है, वो तो हर दिन एक एंटरप्राइज कस्टमर से बात करता है, ठीक है। ही इज एकदम कस्टमर ऑब्सेस्ड बंदा है।
मतलब you started building more features based on what they were telling you.
It is not about feature. We started understanding them. और फिर तो जब हमको अंडरस्टैंड किया, तो we identified, हाँ, ये इंटरव्यू मौका से ये सब ट्रांजिशन होते हुए अंडरस्टूड कि it is not interview which world needs. It is the skill matrix of entire world is changing and there is a bigger need. ठीक है। So we pivoted to skill talent as a pivot and everything around it. बाद में तो कस्टमर से बात करके ख्याल में आया कि there is a huge market gap in the market, white space in the market, which we can address. And we are already ahead in it. By the time we reach million, we understood it. We got a DNA which matters to a certain set of world and which is big. तो उसके बाद ठहरा है कि अब हमको ऐसा लगता है कि हम बड़ी कंपनी बना पाएंगे. तो थॉट ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू एंजल इन्वेस्टमेंट सीरीज है. तो पहले एक पीआर लिखा.
When did you hit 1 million ARR?
ऑलमोस्ट 2 साल हो गए.
Like 17 के आसपास.
पहले 2.5 साल 15 के. तो 18 तक 15 के. 21 में हमने 1 मिलियन. 20 में लेट में ARR दिया. ऑलमोस्ट 15 months फ्रॉम बैक. 15 months 18 months बैक. यानी जस्ट कोरोना के टाइम पे. कोरोना जब आया था ना उसके बाद में.
तो till 2020 it was just asynchronous interview. ये प्रोडक्ट कैसे इवॉल्व हुआ? Like
एसिंक्रोनस इन्वेस्टमेंट बंद कर दिए पहले 2.5 साल में.
अच्छा, मतलब 70 तक बंद कर दिया था वो.
हाँ 17 तक बंद कर दिया था. अभी भी एक मॉड्यूल करके है. ठीक है. Then what was interestingly what we realize, Akshay, is that मैं आपको एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट देता हूँ. जो कस्टमर से पता चला एंड इंडस्ट्री से पता चला. इफ यू सी द बैंकिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एनी बैंकिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अक्रॉस द ग्लोब, पहले कैशियर करके जॉब हुआ करते थे एंड मिलियंस में थे वर्ल्ड वाइड. ओके, नाउ दैट जॉब हैज बीन रिप्लेस्ड लार्जली बाय एटीएम्स, मोबाइल एप्स, इंटरनेट बैंकिंग. अभी आप एग्जांपल ले लेते हो टोल्स एंड पार्कवेज का भी. इंडिया जैसी कंट्री में विच इज लाइक डेवलपिंग कंट्री, डेवलपिंग नेशन, यहाँ भी फास्टैग लग चुका है. तो वर्ल्ड वाइड अगेन मिलियंस ऑफ दीज जॉब्स हैव गॉन टू टेक्नोलॉजी, RFID, CCTV एंड ऑल. अगर आप रिटेल ले लो, वॉलमार्ट अगेंस्ट अमेजॉन. ओके, again two organizations doing the same purpose, but Amazon has affiliates, Amazon has design guys, they have robots, they have inventories differently. So इसको स्किल मैट्रिक्स से देखे तो जब हम 20 साल पहले में पास आउट हुआ था, दैट टाइम कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर के 2-3 ऑप्शन थे, जावा, .NET, मेनफ्रेम्स, ओरेकल और टेस्टिंग. वर्ल्ड खत्म था. आज आप एक बंदे को पूछो कॉलेज के, बोलता हूँ मैं डेटा साइंटिस्ट बनना चाहता हूँ, मैं साइबर सिक्योरिटी इंजीनियर बनना चाहता हूँ, मैं एबएफ पे करियर ले रहा हूँ. सो फ्रॉम दोस फ्यू हैंडफुल स्किल्स, अब इट्स ओशन ऑफ स्किल्स, अमेजॉन ऑफ स्किल्स. ठीक है, विच हैज इमर्ज एंड द स्किल इकोनॉमी हैज चेंज्ड द वर्ल्ड. और स्किल की शेल्फ लाइफ भी मोबाइल जैसी हो गई है. 2-4 साल में स्किल चेंज होते, नया वर्जन आता है. एंड व्हाइल स्किल इकोनॉमी इज चेंजिंग, the company which are surviving, staying relevant and growing are the only companies who are, जैसा टेलीकॉम ले लो, 2G आया था 5-6 साल पहले, 5G आ गया. The companies who would like to survive and thrive and grow are the only companies who will invest in talent, who will invest in skill, who will acquire right skill, who will train right skill. और जॉब फिटनेस बहुत मैटर करता है. और स्किल्स इतने चेंज हो गए कि अकेले IT में 5,000 स्किल्स है अभी, as against only 300 skills 15 years back. Okay, so we thought, okay, let's be the skill currency of the world. Let's create the largest inventory of skill banks and started it doing in a Uber way, where the skill question creation is external, so it's a crowdsource. करना शुरू किया. Fortunately, we are at 3,000 skills.
ये मतलब 17 में आपने शुरू किया this pivot, like from video to skill.
17 से शुरू हुआ. अभी we have 3,000 plus calibrated skills, okay, which is 3x bigger than any other nearest competition. And for talent acquisition, we are one of the prominent player. For talent development, we are the only player as far as skill assessment is concerned. 8 Fortune 500 companies, 20 global enterprises. When I say global enterprises, $10 billion plus revenue are using us now happily. ठीक है. और फिर अगेन 2 साल में 4x बढ़ गए, 2x ऐसा.
Like I want to understand, ये आपने Uber approach बोला for crowdsourcing that assessment. What did that mean? Like you told a customer के मैंने आपको एक assessment engine दे दिया, आप इसमें अपने आप question set करके use करो.
Yeah, like in terms of solution, we have a platform, assessment platform, which is very sophisticated. Has a lot of simulators, coding simulator, AI logic box, and interview simulator, and many simulators. So here what technology? The questions or the skills, skill bank that are created are team. There is a small 6-8 people team with internally. We have a maker checker model, which will go to the market, freelancing market, find out the expert, get the question done, and deliver it to the customer. For customer, it's a cakewalk. They did not do anything. They just buy the software. We mix and match. It's a customer success-driven model. Mix and match and test is ready for them. And good thing is, all this 3,000 skills, 100,000 plus questions are well calibrated over a population which is relevant. Now, if some competition even starts creating this test, they will take 2 years to create these skills, and calibration ko to they won't get crowd at all worldwide. And now we have 500 plus subject matter experts who creates it for worldwide.
Essentially, a customer was still paying subscription fees, but based on what that customer needs, आप वो assessment freelancers के through originate करके उसको internally quality check करके you would make it available for customers. 17-18 में that was the approach.
Yeah, that right.
Okay, and वो धीरे धीरे करके that inventory of tests which are available that kept increasing until today. Now you don't need to get a new test made. जो भी customer को चाहिए 99% you already have.
ऐसा नहीं होगा. Technology will keep on coming, but the good thing is we have the majority of the base. And plus यानी वो इतना easy नहीं है. उसमें बहुत सारे algorithms है, formulas है to make sure that it is efficient and up to the date, up to the mark.
What are these algorithms that you're using? And so you're saying that these are calibrated. What does that mean?
Let me give you 2 examples. Okay, there is something called as question discrimination index. Okay, so for example, one question is asked to 100 relevant population, and with 4 choices, and this question is answered almost 90% correctly by everyone else. So first of all, this question is not serving the purpose at all.
हाँ ठीक है, क्योंकि वो स्क्रीनिंग नहीं हो रही इसके कारण सब क्लियर कर दिया. हाँ.
There are few questions which 50% of the population are solving it right, but this is not the population who is going through the interview. So this is not relevant for this test. There are some questions who answered rightly, and these are the guys who are excelling in further rounds. So ऐसे algorithm लिख के उनको अगली bucket करते हैं, and that shuffling happens every now and then. फिर we decide upon a complexity, and over a period of time complexity भी differ करती है. Some complex question which might be simple for Google and complex for say iMocha, ऐसा भी हो सकता है कंपनी की प्रोफाइल से. तो all those algorithms are so simulation है, बहुत सारे simulators है, बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन है, Amazon ऑफ स्किल्स है, A to Z ऑफ स्किल्स है. ओके, और उसका मेटा डेटा है.
सिमुलेटर क्या होता है?
सिमुलेटर है, इंस्टेड ऑफ आस्किंग यू अ मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन, you will be given a challenge and an environment to work on that challenge, and you do it and will figure out with lot of parameters. So it's a real-time simulation of your work environment. Almost 40 coding languages के IDEs हमारे पास, integrated development environments. फिर challenge रहता है, आप compile कर सकते हो online, आप टेस्ट केसेस रन कर सकते हो. सो इट्स नॉट अ क्वेश्चन व्हिच इज सिंपल, इट्स अ सिमुलेटेड क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली. फॉर एग्जांपल, आप सीपी पे काम करते हो तो बहुत सारे सिमुलेटर्स हैं. 4 तो पेटेंटेड हमारे ऐसे, 4 नहीं 3.
ये आपने क्रिएट कैसे किया ये सिमुलेटर्स, दिस डेवलपमेंट एनवायरनमेंट्स? वाज इट ऑफ द शेल्फ अवेलेबल और यू हैड टू बिल्ड?
So like there are OEMs who has the technology, but on the top of it we develop.
What does that mean? What did the OEM provide and what did you build on top of that?
तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल कंपाइलर में किसी का नहीं बना सकता. कंपाइलर अगर मेरे को जावा का रखना है तो जावा का ही कंपाइलर यूज करना पड़ेगा, गिवन माय ओरेक.
कंपाइलर क्या काम करता है?
तो बेसिकली जब आप कोडिंग लिखते हो तो दैट कोडिंग नीड टू बी कंपाइल्ड, दैट हैव रिटन दैट कोड व्हिच इज अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिंटैक्स एंड सिमेंटिक्स ऑफ दैट लैंग्वेज. तो कंपाइलर ये करता है, तो ये कंपाइलर ओईएम्स करता है. बट इसके ऊपर जो क्वेश्चन बनते हैं उनके टेस्ट केसेस लिखते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपने एक क्वेश्चन लिखा, राइट अ पैलिंड्रोम वेदर नंबर इज ऑड और इवन.
ठीक है, मतलब a person has to write a software in which the software will give a response whether a number which is inputted by a user is prime or is odd or even.
तो इसकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बढ़ती जाती है और सारे यूज केसेस इंटरनली ऑटो इवैल्यूएट होते रहते हैं. एंड नॉट ओनली ऑटो इवैल्यूएटेड फॉर द कंप्लीशन, बट ऑटो इवैल्यूएट फॉर द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, ऑटो इवैल्यूएट फॉर द इफिशिएंसी, ऑटो इवैल्यूएट फॉर द मेमोरी यूसेज, ऑटो इवैल्यूएट फॉर द इफिशिएंसी ऑफ दैट कोड. बहुत सारी चीजें होती है उसमें. टेक्निकल पीपल विल अंडरस्टैंड इट.
Okay, how do you evaluate efficiency of code, like number of lines used? ये क्या like?
नंबर ऑफ लाइन कितना यूज कर रहे हैं, मेमोरी कितना यूज कर रहे हैं, एग्जीक्यूशन टाइम कितना है. देयर आर सर्टेन पैरामीटर्स.
And like the focus, why did the focus become software? Like why not sales, customer service and these kind of roles?
हाँ, तो जब ये सारे मैंने आपको स्किल का प्रॉब्लम बताया, बैंक के जॉब गए किसको? आईटी को गए. ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग क्या होता है, एटीएम क्या होता है, राइट? टोल्स वर्क प्लेस के जॉब गए किसको? अगेन आरएफआईडी टेक्नोलॉजी, सीसीटीवी टेक्नोलॉजी पर. तो नाउ नो कंपनी इन द वर्ल्ड व्हिच इज अ ग्लोबल एंटरप्राइज कैन से आई डू नॉट हैव आईटी. IT is an intrinsic, and technology is an intrinsic part of every business. Which you are talking, you are non-technical, but still you are using Zencast, which is again IT. You are using a headphone, which is IT. So IT is killing organization if they don't adopt. So सब कुछ और आजकल उसको और बड़ा बड़ा है, डिजिटल हो रहा है सब कुछ. एंड हाउ व्हाट इज बिकमिंग डिजिटल थ्रू टेक्नोलॉजी. So technology is the first choice.
Okay. And was there also a better demand for it? More, people, companies willing to pay more money for it, I'm guessing. Like,
हाँ, वही माना चाहिए. First of all credit, 90% credit goes to customer. We had some customer, they were kind enough to co-create few things with us. They were giving their problem. It's a flywheel. So see, वो Amazon जैसा हुआ. Amazon has more product. That's the reason more customers are attracted towards them. More customer attracted towards them. That's the reason people put more products on them. The same way, we had enterprises demanding more skills. We were creating more skills, and more enterprises needed it. So that flywheel started. And now we are at a flywheel where it is moving fast.
and so you said that your algorithm gets smarter by seeing के जिन लोगों ने टेस्ट दिया और एक क्वेश्चन को राइट या रॉन्ग आंसर किया, whether those people actually move to subsequent rounds. तो ये डेटा आपके पास कैसे आता है? Are you just a testing platform or do people also use you to manage the hiring life cycle?
तो ये सेमी मैनुअल है. In many a times we are integrated with recruiting workflows, which is called as ATS, applicant tracking system. And our customer success people talk to our customer and understands what happens. And because it's customer's job, okay, they give us. So it's a semi-manual process, I would say. We are integrated with them technically and get data manually.
Okay. And when did this ATS integration happen?
We started customer driven. We started it in 2017. Now we have a couple of dozens, 30 integrations already in place.
Okay. Which all Indian ATS is also, like India में तो I think एक RMS ही है ना as an ATS, नौकरी का जो प्रोडक्ट है.
सारे बाहर वाले हैं. इंडिया से भी हायर क्राफ्ट करके है.
Okay. And so what else in terms of product evolution from 17 to 20? So one is simulators, focus on technical skill assessment, and ATS integration evolution हुई product की.
So first is a variety of skills. So we are the most comprehensive skill libraries in the world. Second is simulation. Third one is ATS integration. Fourth one is enterprise readiness. Enterprise readiness है नहीं, हमारे पास single sign-on है on variety of platforms. You need not switch the windows and put your login. ठीक है. फिर हमारे पास Microsoft Teams का इंटीग्रेशन है. जैसा हम इस पे बात करते हैं Teams में, it seamlessly talk with Teams. Teams का चैटबॉट से इंटीग्रेशन है.
मतलब वो टेस्ट किसी ने दिया तो वो रिक्रूटर को मैसेज चले जाएगा कि दिस पर्सन हैज कंप्लीटेड द टेस्ट.
नहीं, मैं ऐसा बोलूंगा, वो जहां है जो प्लेटफॉर्म पे है वो प्लेटफॉर्म से टेस्ट होना शुरू हो जाए.
Okay. For the candidate, he can give the test, or the employer, because now it's not just for hiring focus.
In fact, our bigger market is talent development now. ठीक है. या तो Microsoft Teams इंटीग्रेशन है, देन सिंगल साइन ऑन है, देन सिक्योरिटी के काफी सर्टिफिकेशंस है, देन टीम कोलैबोरेशन एंड रोल बेस्ड एक्सेस कंट्रोल है, फुल फ्लेज एक्सेस कंट्रोल है. लाइक विद ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आर बिगर, they have different set of rules. ये सब है. फिर AI लॉजिक बॉक्स है, which is a patented simulator only of that kind in the world, which helps you evaluate not technical things where online compilers are not available. For example, take example of Lotus Dominant SharePoint. इतने compilers नहीं होते. And MCQ doesn't serve the purpose. So we have a AI logic box, which is a pseudo coding platform, homemade. And we have got 3 patents out in US and India, जो उसको भी auto evaluate कर. And then now we have live coding interview, asynchronous interview, and dashboarding coding interview, and interview solution also. So it's a innovation in technology.
What are each of these? Like, what is a live coding interview?
Live coding interview is a coding interview in which, say, for example, you are the candidate and there can be 3-4 interviewers who can join, and there will be a coding simulation given on the platform, and the person will code in front of it. और आप बोल सकते हैं यार ये यहाँ ये ऐसा किया तो क्या होगा, आपने ये डाला तो क्या होगा, and you will be able to participate in that coding. तो ऐसा काफी questions है हमारे पास. फिर apart from this, adoption of test by candidate and employee is a problem. So we have solved that problem with a recruiter experience and employee experience model. So Teams integration, UX, and many other things.
And ये pivot from hiring focus to talent development focus, ये कैसे हुआ? How did you discover this?
So ये pivot नहीं है. Talent acquisition still continues, and we have 2 different products now. So from one product we have become a multi-product company where 80% of the things are common. This problem is faced by enterprises as an expansion potential, and they taught us that we need this even. And because we have the most comprehensive skill assessment, they chose us, and then we realized that we are the intel chip of this market, no other player, and we are ahead. And we started focusing proactively, and now to every month we get 2 enterprises for talent development.
So talent development में essentially it will tell the company कि मेरी जो सॉफ्टवेयर टीम है उसमें लोगों की स्ट्रेंथ्स क्या है, वीकनेसेस क्या है, क्या ट्रेनिंग की जरूरत है.
हाँ, ये भी बोल सकते हैं. बाय एंड लार्ज मैं ऐसा बोलूंगा, वी हेल्प L&D team, talent development team in ROI of the training efforts. Okay. And what can be the training efforts? For example, you have got a batch of freshers and you have given them the training and onboarded them. So is that onboarding happened successfully? Measuring that can happen throughout text. If you would like to reskill your 2G people on 5G, okay, what level they are at? Are they reskilled? So it's a program run entire life, something or other. Okay, so it's a upskilling, it's a reskilling, it's a client deployment, it's pre-training, post-training. So we are the ROI layer of all training efforts, all other ecosystem player. That is it working? So we are a diagnostic lab here.
When a doctor performs a surgery, तो एक पहले टेस्ट होता है, फिर एक बाद में टेस्ट होता है to see कि वो जो भी सिम्टम्स हैं वो क्योर हो या नहीं हुए. तो दैट इज द सेम थिंग हियर.
राइट. और बोलता है हर 6 महीने में कराया करो, पता चलेगा कुछ हुआ है. और उसके अलावा दूसरा रोग आ गया तो फिर से दूसरा डॉक्टर है बोलता है.
सो बाय 2020 वीव कवर्ड दैट जर्नी. यू हिट 1 million ARR एंड प्रोडक्ट में ये सारी इंप्रूवमेंट्स हुई. सो देन व्हाट, लाइक व्हेन कोविड हिट, डिड इट हेल्प यू ग्रो फास्टर बिकॉज़ मोर थिंग्स वुड बी हैपनिंग डिजिटल?
पहले तो बूटस्ट्रैप थे तब तक. ठीक है, 4 महीने बिजनेस और डाउन. पहले 3-4 महीने बिजनेस पूरा डाउन हो गया. पहले तो डर गए. वी हैव ऑलवेज बीन प्रॉफिटेबल. 6-8 महीने का पैसा, 9 महीने का पैसा था अकाउंट में, क्योंकि हम ज्यादा खर्चा नहीं करते थे. बट वी अंडरस्टूड दैट डिजिटल अडॉप्शन इज फास्टर. पहले तो भी प्रॉब्लम था एक बार इसको इंटरव्यू देने में. अब देयर इज नो ऑप्शन बट टू गेट ऑन इंटरव्यू सॉल्यूशन और स्किल असेसमेंट सॉल्यूशन. सो दैट अडॉप्शन हेल्प अस एक्सेलरेटिंग पूरी इंडस्ट्री को, मैं बोलूंगा, ओके, to go digital, and we are a digital solution.
And what about fundraise?
Then what did I do? In 2020, when we hit $1 million, I wrote a PR of future, how we should look after 18 months, that from here to onwards, how it should look like. And then I realized that if in 18 months we should look like this, then we must raise funds.
Why is that? Just help me understand. उसमें क्या like a summary of that?
So accelerating growth is first thing. Then we wanted to full-fledgedly try talent development as a use case. So when you become one product company, you need to put more forces. Then, because we were moving from SMB to enterprises, investment into events and investment into US payroll and stuff is bound to happen.
मतलब customer acquisition cost.
Customer enterprises में longer sales cycle होता है. Customer acquisition cost बढ़ जाती है. आपको खर्चा करना पड़ता है इवेंट्स एंड अदर चीजों में. SMB में ऑनलाइन होता है, हम तो एंटरप्राइज मूव हो रहे थे. अब तो सक्सेसफुल हो गया ट्रांजिशन, बट दैट टाइम, ओके. सो आई एंड मोर ओवर, मैं और सुजीत वाज ऑफ ओपिनियन कि तब तक फंडिंग नहीं लेंगे तब तक हम क्लियर नहीं कि बड़ी कंपनी बन सकते. विद टैलेंट डेवलपमेंट इन प्लेस, वी अंडरस्टूड दैट वी कैन क्रिएट अ बिग कंपनी, वेरी बिग कंपनी. एंड हम किसी और का पैसा विदाउट रिस्क लेने नहीं चाहते थे. लाइक वी वांटेड टू टेक अ कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क. ठीक है. और फिर PR लिखा, फिर मैं सोचा कि कैसे करेंगे, तो थॉट ऑफ गेटिंग सम एंजल्स अराउंड द जर्नी. तो SaaS भूमि में और सब जो हेल्प करते थे सबसे पैसा ले लिया. तो you can say that there are 4-5 unicorn SaaS CEOs who is on my cap table. ठीक है, as an angel, like just after COVID लिया था.
And how much did you raise in that round?
That time I 600. So it was not for money that time. It was for their support and यानी some भाई और बहन लोगों ने मेरे को already help कर दी थी. So I wanted to structure them that I could repay them much. And I was clear that I'll create a big company now along with my team. They decided it, took that $1 million, grew again 2.5x in 12 months, a little more, and raised Series A. And raised Series A then after some time, 3 months बाद.
That was the $15 million. That was your Series A. 14 million dollar. Okay. And 2.5 times means so you're now like 2.5 million ARR.
नहीं, अभी तो पिछले 6 महीने में और आगे बढ़ गए.
तो अभी क्या है? Yeah, by the end of this financial year क्या होगा? Almost आ ही गया end of financial year.
Financial year नहीं, हम Jan to December लेते हैं.
हाँ, okay.
December में रहेंगे हम 18 million पे.
1.8.
8 to 10 somewhere in.
Okay, 8 to 10 million. Got it. ठीक है, amazing. And so how big is this market of talent development assessment? What is the long-term potential of what you're building? मतलब
in its current shape, it is close to a little more than billion. Okay, in current shape, with the expansion possibilities into different industries, different verticals, different use cases, it would be 6x bigger. Yeah.
Okay. This you're talking only of the tech talent assessment.
अभी मैं टेक टैलेंट बोल रहा हूँ, बाद में बीएफएस आएगा, रिटेल आएगा, फार्मा आएगा, ऑनबोर्डिंग आएगा, एजुकेशन आएगा, यूनिवर्सिटीज आएंगे, जॉब बोर्ड्स आएंगे, लिंक्डइन आएगा एंड राइट एक्सपेंशन पोटेंशियल बहुत है। वो 5 पैरामीटर अभी भी बैठे हैं।
अभी कौन प्लेयर्स हैं इस मार्केट में? सो लाइक यू आर सेइंग इट्स अ $1 billion मार्केट करंटली, तो हु आर द पीपल हु आर लाइक जिनका कंबाइंड रेवेन्यू 1 बिलियन आता है?
नहीं, मैं बोलूँगा 1 बिलियन मार्केट इसमें टैलेंट एक्विजिशन का मार्केट इज 30-40% एंड टैलेंट डेवलपमेंट का इज 60-70%। तो टैलेंट डेवलपमेंट में वी आर द प्रोमिनेंट प्लेयर। मैं बोलूँगा अदर प्लेयर्स आर नॉट इवन नियर टू अस एंड दैट हैज बीन प्रूविंग टाइम एंड अगेन विद एवरी अदर कस्टमर। सो ये तो पूरा हमारे वर्जिन मार्केट है which we will take for sure. And in this market, there are quite a few companies. I would say iMocha, the biggest competitor is HackerRank, and I would say there are dozens of Me Too of HackerRanks.
Hacker Earth भी एक कुछ है शायद, these are all like Me Too's.
मैं इसका उसको Me Too नहीं लेगा, HackerRank and Me Too बोलूँगा।
हाँ, ठीक है, got it. And they are not getting into talent development. मतलब उनके लिए भी काफी इजी होगा ना to move into talent development because like you said 80% प्रोडक्ट सेम है।
80% प्रोडक्ट मेरा सेम।
अच्छा, ओके।
क्योंकि मेरा प्रोडक्ट पहले कंटेंट फर्स्ट है। I have 3,000 skills. They have 500,000 skills max. So and that too, their product, their skills are oriented towards job development or talent acquisition. Mine is both. Okay, so it is 80% same for me, not for them. For them, it's a new product at all. 3 years more.
What about the non-tech space? Is that a space that you want to get into or not right now?
I already got into this quarter. We got into telecom.
क्या skills उसमें? Like what skills are you assessing there?
Say for example, in telecom, apart from IT skills, 5G skills, and उसके बाद IoT में telecom का अलग market होता है. IoT and 5G is 40% of penny.
What is that? Is that like multiple choice questions? क्या वो मतलब knowledge test कर रहे हो उसमें या वो भी coding होती है? क्या होता है वो?
उसमें सिमुलेशन हमारा जो AI लॉजिक बॉक्स है ना, that came to our rescue. That's a pseudo compiler. Works with any technology.
And so, मतलब these are like largely on the technical side only, na? So, what about something like say selling skills, customer service, finance and accounting?
Finance में उतरे हैं, तो अभी मैं disclose नहीं करना चाहूँगा. We have 4 customers where we are serving them not only for IT but in finance also.
Like checking के वो double entry bookkeeping system उसको आता है या नहीं, या whether they know tally.
Absolute tally तो इंडियन हो गया, मेरे पास इंडियन कस्टमर थोड़े कम है, but yes, ट्रेजरी से लेके अकाउंटिंग से लेके गैप से लेके यूएस गैप से लेके like we already are into it.
And how do you assess those? Like through MCQs, through simulators? What is the way to do that?
So we have a unique capability to combine MCQ, simulators and interview.
So interview में you would have some ready-made questions that people can do, record their video answers and
yes, and that can be auto evaluated.
How does that happen?
तो हम उसको लेकर टेक्स्ट में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, हमारे AI लॉजिक बॉक्स में डालते हैं, और AI और NLP और मशीन लर्निंग और सुपरवाइज लर्निंग ये चारों मिला के वो ऑटोमेट होता है।
What is supervised learning?
कोई भी चीज करते हैं तो देयर आर चांसेस ऑफ मैन्युअल एरर्स। सो पहले जब क्वेश्चन जब तो स्टेबलाइज नहीं होता 30 कैंडिडेट तक, देन वो क्वेश्चन कोई बंदा रोज देखता है बैठ के, हमारे 2 बंदे देखते रहते क्या हो रहा है। सुपरवाइज लर्निंग यानी कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर आता है विच इज डिफरेंट सेट फ्रॉम व्हाट वी हैव पुट इनटू द सिस्टम। पहली बार आया कुछ नहीं होता है, लेकिन अगर 4 बार आया तो ऑलरेडी बकेट होता है, और देन सुपरवाइज लर्निंग वाला बोलता है यस दिस इज आल्सो राइट, इंक्लूड इट।
So, what about these other Indian players like Metal, Jombe? How are you different from them? I think Jombe is also into talent development, no?
So first of all of these guys are my friends. Okay. Jombe is into psychometric personality behavior and virtual centers part more. So we don't cross roads.
Soft skills.
सॉफ्ट स्किल्स भी नहीं बोलूंगा मैं, पर्सनैलिटी एंड बिहेवियर। सॉफ्ट स्किल्स तो मेरे पास भी है, उनका पर्सनैलिटी एंड बिहेवियर है। मेरे पास एप्टीट्यूड कम्युनिकेशन है, AI इंग्लिश प्रो करके है, which is competing with the leading players in the world. मेरा इंग्लिश का बिजनेस is also growing like anything.
अच्छा, हाँ, English would be massive, I'm sure. Like a lot of companies in India would need that, no? Like fluency in English.
Worldwide.
And that's for spoken English or written English?
मेरे पास उसमें टेस्ट comprises of video, audio, multiple choice question and grammar. So it's a combination of everything is auto evaluated.
Okay. मतलब almost IELTS की तरह है वो, जो IELTS का जो टेस्ट होता है।
Even you speak and it talks about your mother tongue influence even.
And again, more like through the AI logic box, that assessment is done, like you NLP and
भर भर के टेक्नोलॉजी डाले, भर भर के टेक्नोलॉजी AI अबाउट है.
got it. Okay. ठीक है. So you told me about Jombe. Jombe is more personality and behavior. And what about Metal?
मेटल आपको इंडिया के बाहर कहीं नहीं कॉम्पिटिशन करके मिला. इट्स मर्सर मेटल दो.
हाँ, Mercer Metal. हाँ.
In India के बाहर we didn't face any major competition with metal. In India में we two are like, there are quite a few players who are doing well and they are one of the prominent players.
What is the roadmap to becoming a unicorn? You said कि वो बड़ी कंपनी बनानी है. So what is the roadmap for that? What all further evolution of the product is needed? What evolution of the company is needed?
तो मैं बोलूँगा like first of all यूनिकॉर्न बनानी है इज नॉट अ बड़ी कंपनी. ठीक है, अगर जो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना है वो प्रॉब्लम वर्ल्ड वाइड सॉल्व कर दो तो आई एम अ बड़ी कंपनी. इट माइट टर्न अप इनटू यूनिकॉर्न, टेक ऑन और आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द वर्ड फॉर 100 बिलियन. ठीक है, नहीं बन सकता बट ठीक है. ओके, दैट इज नॉट माय फोर्टे. व्हाट इट हाउ इट लुक्स लाइक व्हेन वी विल बी देयर इज, ऐसा प्लान तो है 3 साल के आसपास, 2 to 3 years में वी शुड हिट दैट. ओके, एंड हाउ शुड वी लुक लाइक देयर? तो हमारे पास 300 के आसपास ग्लोबल एंटरप्राइजेस होना चाहिए. यूजिंग अस 50 ऑफ देम शुड यूज अस ग्लोबली फॉर ऑल देयर यूज केसेस. बस इतना भी कर पाए तो वी आर डन.
Okay. What revenue rate would you be 3 साल बाद, like that 3-year target? Like rough number. Obviously, it's hard to predict.
30 to 50 के बीच में रहेंगे.
And are you planning more fundraise?
Immediately नहीं, maybe next year, first quarter or second quarter. Yes, we'll plan for it. A small fundraise. क्योंकि strategically we think कि we need to align more partners to us. So maybe हाँ हो सकता है आगे acquisition करें छोटे मोटे.
Okay. For example, a psychometric testing company, that could be an acquisition.
But mostly I will be buying something into talent development place.